everyone. Welcome again in our series for twin flame stages. And in the previous one, we were talking how those new energies are starting to appearing at some point of your journey, and they start to bring you this new experiences, and they start to ignite you to this big major change in your life. So in today's video, we wanted to talk about what specifically happens when you meet your twin flame, when it comes to this ignition part. And mostly those, you need to have some pre-arrangements before, so you will either be changing jobs or there will be some change in your environment that will cause you that will bring this new opportunities to meet new people, or there will be some um, there's some like universal guidance and arrangements happening in the background just to change this first initially your life when it became more stagnant. And there's specific time that when actually comes to this ignition of two people, because we are trying to discuss that with Dio. And the way I see it, the time of ignition or meeting comes when there's a high time for you to change something, like when you just kind of distracted yourself from your path so much that this is like you know the right time for you just to step back really and reconsider all of those things you've been doing and put you back on the right track. So with this just a brief introduction, how what is the environment of this change that the universe is really providing for you, this space for new opportunities to come to your place and this your twin flame.
Yeah, talking about this, guys, we're talking about from personal experience, number one. That moment before this meeting the one. Uh, four, take a look at it in your lifestyle. Take a look at it, your quality of life with your partner, or if you have current partner, or whatever your life is. You might want to find out that it kind of like, what is it going on? There is got to be a something else. There is got to be a something. And subconsciously or not, you're already kind of like removing this stuff and you're looking for something up, something out there, something that it's much more higher, and you're trying to change. Maybe you are going on vacations, is trying to find your own self. You may be going and trying to figure out your life, like for example, work. You're changing your working environment. That's what actually happened to me. And or you go into a places where you are bumping into each other very often. And talking about bumping into each other very often in there, you may find out that every time you bump to this person, whatever the situation is, if you're on vacation, you bump into them, and it's got this strange, I would say, attractions, but it's not. There is something else deeper, deeper within, and you're gonna feel these energies with them that it's so deep that like, oh yeah, this is the one in there. Um, that thing for the one, if you take a look in there, you can meet it in any place, basically. But that the one, it is if you take a look from your teenagers years, when the first time you see someone that you like so much, and it's like, oh, this is the one I love so much, and you have the first trauma and the drama in there as a teenagers and so on. Now you see it that this is a little bit different. This is more deep. This shows you the other side, the abandonment side of the spiritual love. Now you see it within this person. So, talking about this can involve. You can't have the long distance. You can't meet this like this person from the past. You're gonna possibly. The cases scenarios are so many in there. But the energy it is begin to be from this kind of like attractions. It's not that much on a physical. is more begins to be kind of like a leading you to a mental, but that evolve over the time within your soul. And that's how you begin, and you're like, oh my God, what is going on now with me? What is going on with my soul? Yeah, darling, if you have something to add there.
Yeah, maybe just about this initial meeting is like this is many people talk about soul recognition. That there is some recognition at first. In my case, it was not that aware. Like I knew that there was something different about this meeting, but I never correlated to it some universal arrangement. I didn't see the big picture because I was on this runner position at the beginning, you could say. But what happens really is just the soul recognition. Just that's how your soul reacts when you meet with someone who is in the same vibrational frequency, basically. And it's on this principle, I think, of positive and negative, or yin and yang, that you're really meeting your other extreme. Because like this initial meeting that you have with your twin, you're going from totally two opposite worlds. That's why some people are saying it's like they look so similar, they are so similar, but at the same time it's like fire and water. And that's because you are both aligned on the same, let's say, soul path, because this is part of your soul, and that's the similarity. But at the same time, since you're so far off on your path as a soul path, because that's when they came to your life, that's why you will see them as the extreme, because on the same time they are mirroring very beautifully what you are missing in your life, because they are basically showing you everything that you have to evolve in order to get into this completion state. So they are showing you this potential, so that's why you feel, oh my god, this is so similar, we are like twins. At the same time, we are totally opposite, because that's how your soul would like to evolve. So, and I think they are really showing you this potential what you can build on a soul level and soul love. So even if some people are not aware on this, of these universal principles and these divine energies, or in general of energy world, you will still be recognizing that there is something weird about the connection, about this relation that you feel towards other person. But I just wanted to maybe, what is this? Some weird confirmation this time. um, but with this, I just wanted to say that, you know, very often it's like there is one person who is more aware and of these universal principles. I don't know if there are cases if there are two of them, but I'm just sharing my experience that, it can get you just started on your journey, just to open up your eyes.
Let's kind of bring some memories back. Hmm. Every time we're talking with you about this, bring some memories. Like they can show you the good side of you, but they can show you the negative sides out of you. And now, since this energies begins within, this is kind of why, while they're reacting like me, they are mirroring you, and you mirroring them during that initial exchanges. But what it's most important to understand and this for those people who are trying to see this particular, I'm talking about ignition state, in there, this meeting of this one, um, there is something very specific. And this is the first time you're probably going to feel the third energies present in there, like the divine energies that it's present within. And you're going to find out that the casual meetings with that person, like if you are working, or if you're out in the travel, or you are in um, this long distance situations, and you kind of like um, the energy begins to match things, and you're like, what's going on with this energy between us? Why you always pop up in here? Why your post always popping up to me? Why you like my post? I feel the same energy of the same things, and the person is like, I feel the same thing. If you have this communication, great. If you don't have that communications, some of the people begins to awaken their spirit within. But most interesting is that these casual meetings, they begin to be asking for what is with us, what is going on with me, why I feel this love for you. And you're trying to have communications with, since the energies are so strong, so powerful. Sometimes the people they don't. That's a whole another ball game. But you will feel this incredible energy within your soul. That finally the soul it's kind of like where I've been all this years. And this is what I'm talking about, that this connection is going to be turning from kind of like you desire to meet them on a physical, but it's more mental than begins in to be a spiritual. Talking about they're going to be sharing the similarities, talking about that sometimes those similarities, they can be really, if you have exchanges within the mirroring neurons, you're going to feel like you're them and they're you because of that exchange, without the firing of the mirroring neurons. If you've been studying the mirroring neurons, you can understand what exactly what I'm talking about in there. But often this situations is that you see this ignition, this power in there, and you're gonna find out that maybe you or them or both of you are in an unhappy of the current state. You're unhappy. You're not interested in any other people. All of a sudden, the whole world is just goes out of the way, out of the whack. Just stay out of the way. Stay my way. I only want this person. And you're gonna feel like that energy because you want to be shared, but also you want to understood the things. But since you never felt that energy of the soul and the spirit is pushing you so high, you still don't know how to navigate that energy in there. And this is what happened is that the beginning, when I was talking about twin flames, people have to begin to understand and educate themselves. So if you have anything
Mm.
to add, darling.
Yeah, there are 2 points I wanted to add. And first is those environments that we are meeting each other and recognizing each other very often, as we were discussing. This is the meeting is supposed to bring some kind of a change in your life. And very often it happens with two people who are either on similar life situation, and it is very often so-called trauma bond. Like, for example, both are in unhappy relationship. I was just kind of trying to look for the bigger picture in this ignition state itself, and it looks to me that sometimes or very often those meetings come to you to free you up from some unhealthy situation that, if for example you needed like final push to make some change because you were just not able to overcome some block in your life, or not to create this change that you were kind of deeply desiring, but you were lacking of motivation, or you didn't see like what's proper for you. So it can act as this final push, maybe, because that was for me this case, that it brought the ignition was ignition itself, but I could see how that interaction with this person, by showing me example, we're kind of both pushed out each other out of unhealthy relationships we both were. So it was kind of like a mutual help. So I can see that, the universe, again, as we were discussing, they will be guiding you towards meeting the right people in the right time. And this situation is no different, that really they help you to get through this. Maybe again, it depends on a case, but very often they will come to create the storm, but also to show you this positive example of the change you want to implement in your life. And even if you have some final fears, like that motivation of this love, maybe this new change that you want to have, will help you to reach this next point. So I think this is, if anything, this is the most beautiful part of this meeting the one, just this ignition state, that it really helps you to make those big changes that you need for your soul.
Yeah, talking about those fears, you're gonna find that you are fearless. That's gonna be one of the energy of within you, that you have no fear to express that love publicly. You're not even afraid to say the truth within you, because there is the truth within a soul that you never express. And during this moment in there, a lot of the people that are gonna be like, "What happened to you? What is this thing?" And you try to explain it to them. I don't know. I just love this person with my soul. I this is a so deep love. I never had all this. But you will find yourself, you don't have fear because you understood right now that wherever there is fear, there is no love. And since you haven't loved that within your soul right now, you begin to falling in love within your soul right now, included, which is was a different love than you ever experiencing in there. That part within you about this fear is you are fearless. You feel like you are in this incredible power within the spirit. But if you pay attention into these positions, you're going from this material, unhappy life and situations all the way to 100% within the spiritual so you can be awakened. You need to understand these portions. But the journey says, like, hey, you need to make sure you balance it. And we're going to talk more about this on the next videos, the balance and the situations in there. But I think with this for right now, I think this is good for it. And if you have anything, drop us a comment or send us an email or something. We'll be happy to assist you here. So
Yeah. Thanks for listening, and
thank
see
you
you in the
guys
next
for
videos.
watching. Be love, guys.